Okay, ready? Caleb Yalch. Caleb Yalch, Victor Outreach Chino, Duke. Hey, how's it going? My name is Vinny Rigatoni. My ancestors invented the noodle. It's good for street cred. Anyways, I'm from the streets of Brooklyn, New York. People there, they call me Duke. I guess you could say I'm a popular guy. Good people person, you know? Anyways, introductions aside, all that humbo jumbo, I'm gonna tell you guys a story, okay? So the story takes place about a week ago, a little bit less than that. I guess you could say I run a family business. Something sort of like a legacy. So anyways, we were having a couple of issues. You know, this guy I brought in to make a couple changes. So we had a meeting. One of my favorite spots under this bridge on 44th and Magnolia, right? So I meets with this guy, his name's Chris, and I brought him in. I loved him like a son. He's a good kid, good looking guy, strong, fire in his eyes. And so I tells him, Chris, hey, you know I love you, right? And he says, yeah, Vinny, I know. I said, all right, Chris, we got a little bit of a problem. We got a situation. We gotta fix it real quick, you know? And so he says, okay, what is it, Vinny? And I says, it's your name, Chris. It's your gosh darn name, Chris. I can't have someone running around with the rigatoni stamp on them and running around with a name like Chris. It's just not political. It's not right. You can't get the job done like that, you know? I tells him, so we gotta change it. I'm thinking Paulie. Change it to Paulie. We got a Paulo, we ain't got a Paulie. My late great uncle, his name was Paulie. He passed away swimming with the fishes right now. So, you know, we need a Paulie in the family. I'll name you Paulie. You know what he says to me? Man, the balls on this guy. He says, you know what, Vinny? I love you. You're like a father to me, but I can't do it. That's the name my mother gave me. I can't change my name. Now, you gotta understand that I'm a man of respect and principle. And I'm here with my man, Tony Gallardo. He's like a brother to me. He's married to my sister. We grew up running this thing together. He says this in front of me and Tony, in front of Tony. So as I looks at Chris, right? And I says, okay, you don't want to change your name? Okay. All right, if you don't want to change your name, you're saying that your name, who you are, everything going on is more important than the family business and what we got going on. If that's the case, then hey, it's time to go to sleep. Don't worry about it. So, Chris looks at me, right, and he goes, you know what? Sorry, gets a little cool, loses his edge, fire in his eye goes down a bit, and he's like, you know what, Vinny, I'm sorry, okay? Hey, look, Vinny, I'm sorry, I'll do whatever needs to get done. Duke, I'm sorry, right? I'll do it. Change my name. So I looks at him. I says, you know what, Chris, it's a little too late for that. It's a little too late. I brought you into this world. I made you. You best believe that I could take you out. You know, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna touch you. I'm not gonna worry about it. Ain't gonna do nothing about it. I'll give you a quick fix, okay? Ain't gonna be easy, but it's gonna be quick. You do this, we're all good. Wash my hands. So I tells him, you gotta take a hike real quick. Again, we're on 44th and Magnolia under this little bridge, one of my favorite little parks. So I tell him you're gonna go straight up Magnolia. 22nd, you're gonna make a right, right? Then you're gonna come across these apartment projects right there on Manhattan Boulevard, cut a left, go down a couple blocks, you're gonna come to my favorite pizza place. Nice little joint, it's called Mario's. Gonna go inside. Mario will be behind the counter. You'll know it's him because there's a big picture of him blown up in the front, all right? So then you go and tell Mario, Vinny sent you. You know who I am, you know who I am. We're all good. So you just tell him that I sent you, we'll take you to the back. In the back will be Tony. Now understand this, for story's sake. Tony's with me right here. Chris is with me right here. Chris is gonna take off, Tony's gonna be here. And I tell Chris, Tony's gonna be there. Now Tony's gonna leave after you leave. He's gonna get there before you get there. Why? Because Tony does whatever I need Tony to do. So I like him. Good guy. So I keep him around. So, Tony's gonna be in the back, and you're gonna get something from Tony. Oh, you're gonna get something from Tony. And then all you gotta do is get that thing that you got from Tony, bring it back to me. It's gotta be before 6 o'clock, because I gotta be home for family dinner. I said, okay? He says, sure, Vinny. Sounds good. I was like, okay, take a hike. Well, it's the end of the story. you know? I mean, if you want to know what happened after that, you're gonna have to ask Tony. But as far as I'm concerned, and all that I know is Chris got what he deserved, huh? I'll never cross the family.